ready.
I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Merrillville Redevelopment Special Meeting for Tuesday, August 13th at 6 o'clock p.m. In lieu of our secretary not being here, I'll go ahead and take the roll call. Commissioner Chandler Felton.
Present.
Commissioner Haynes Edwards.
Present.
Commissioner Uzelak.
Present.
Commissioner Hardaway is absent, and I am here as well. We have 4 members. We have a quorum. There is no consent agenda, ladies. Since this is a special meeting, we'll do that the 4th Tuesday as we normally do. There is no old business. Under new business, we have a couple different items that were in your packet. The approval of 69th Avenue and Mississippi intersection improvement invoices. I'm going to turn this over to Mr. King, who has submitted 3 different invoices to be paid out of the Mississippi Street allocation area. Steve?
So the invoices submitted are for right-of-way acquisition. I believe there's 3 or 4 parcels
Yes.
that we're purchasing for the roundabout project.
Are there any questions for Mr. King?
No. No.
All right, seeing none.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Uzelak, seconded by Commissioner Chandler Felton to approve the invoices for 69th and Mississippi Street intersection improvement. All in favor? Should we have a roll call, Joe, on the dollar amount?
Roll call, please.
All right, roll call. Commissioner Chandler Felton?
Aye.
Commissioner Hayes Edwards?
Aye.
Commissioner Uzelak?
Yes.
And I am an aye, 4-0. Motion carries.
Mr. President,
Yes,
I
Mr.
just
King.
want to put, should we now, Joanne, or we wait for the council meeting? Those checks, I'd like to have the clerk treasurer cut those immediately to get those right-of-way claims paid.
Okay.
Put it on the record.
All right, so it's on the record. Thank you. All right, next item on the agenda is approval of invoices for the demolition of the property at 6933 and 6935 Broadway. We had discussed this about the Broadway allocation area, paying for the demolition of the house that we have heard, I don't know how many months now, years now, going on. Steve has it. Steve, you want to go through the invoice and give us an update where that's at?
So the project's completed. You have the invoice in front of you. You had the base amount. I don't have it in front of me. We had the base amount, then we had went back and did the basement removal, and then there was a little bit of a asbestos abatement that had to be done. So that should be all done.
Okay. So the total is $39,350?
Yeah.
Okay.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Uzelak, seconded by Commissioner Hayes Edwards. Is there any further discussion?
No.
Seeing none. Roll call, correct, Joe?
Roll call.
All right. Commissioner Chandler Felton?
Aye.
Commissioner Hayes Edwards?
Aye.
Commissioner Uzelak?
Yes.
And I am an aye as well, 4-0. Motion carries. The next are 2 engagement letters that are associated with the resolution, ladies, that we talked about in our town council workshop that relate to paving. The first one is an approval of engagement letter from LWG CPA Advisors for the Redevelopment District Paving Bond Series 2024. Bob Swentz is here in the audience. If you ladies have any questions, this is a standard engagement letter that we enter into for Bob's services, London Whitty services. I still call you London Whitty. You'll always be London Whitty. So that we can start up with the bond paving that we're going to be doing this fall. Is there any questions of Bob?
I don't have any questions.
Yes, I think he should explain it, the bond. Can you explain it, please? The bond?
That guy's
Yeah.
Come on up to the
Come up
microphone,
to
Bob.
the
and-
thing. So
I was gonna have him do
everybody
that with
would
the
know.
resolution.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead, Bob.
That's
Go
fine,
ahead.
Bob, go ahead. Margie's a step ahead of me.
Right, I'm just being curious.
I thought I was going to have to explain the engagement letter.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is a not to exceed $6 million bond to be paid back over a 6-year, not to exceed a 6-year period of time. It's being issued by the Redevelopment District as a special benefits tax bond, which means we'll have a property tax levy that will help pay the debt service back. The proceeds then will be used to do the paving program that you discussed at your prior meeting.
Is there interest on that bond?
There'll be interest. We don't know what that is yet. Once we get through all the approval process, we'll identify a purchaser of the bond, and there'll be a negotiation for that interest rate.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions of Bob for the engagement letter? Is that a voice vote, Joe?
Yes.
Okay. Chair will entertain a motion on the engagement letter with London Witty.
So moved.
Is there a second? Leona?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Motion by Commissioner Uzelak, seconded by Commissioner Chandler Felton. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Was there opposite? 4, right? Okay.
I was delayed on saying
Okay. All right, motion carries 4-0. The next one is a companion engagement letter for bond counsel services from Barnes and Thornburg. Tom Pittman with Barnes and Thornburg is here. If there are any questions, and this goes with the bond that Bob Swentz previously explained. So if there are any questions of Tom, I'm sure he's happy to answer them.
So it's the same type of bond, Tom? Exactly the same, correct?
It's the same bond, we just do different parts.
Oh, I understand. Okay, very good. Need a motion?
I need a motion, Mrs.
So
Uzelak.
moved. So
Second.
moved.
Motion by Commissioner Uzelak, seconded by Commissioner Chandler Felton for approval of the engagement letter with Barnes and Thornburg. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now,
Now what?
Commissioner Uzelak, we'll get to the resolution 24-12.
Okay.
Which is a preliminary bond resolution of the Town of Merrillville Redevelopment Commission for the purpose of financing the project and paying related costs. Again, ladies, this is the first step in doing the bond issue that Bob alluded to for street paving in the town of Merrillville, $6 million, no later than 6 years maturity, and an interest rate, Bob, that will be determined by the bond purchaser, correct?
And we provide for not to exceed 5%.
There you go, Margie, not
Oh.
to exceed 5%.
For the
Now,
interest,
that sounds
What's that?
the
good.
5% for the interest?
Yes,
Yeah.
not to exceed.
Not
So
to
whoever
exceed.
bids on it, Shauna, will, as Bob and Tom go through that, they'll come back to us with the interest rate, but they can't go above 5%.
Which is more competitive than market rate right now.
Right,
Yep.
right
Yep.
now, yes.
Yep, okay. Any
Okay.
questions of Bob or Tom on the resolution itself?
No.
Why don't we, would one of you gentlemen, Tom, since you might have your papers, can you go up to the microphone and go through a calendar for the commissioners, just so they know? I don't know if everyone had read through the timeline after tonight's meeting, what all the rest of this is involved in, and we've got 20 minutes to kill.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Take your time. Take your time,
That's my fault, I scheduled it at 6 o'clock with Joanna, not so.
but that's all right.
That's
We're
okay.
here.
We'll have an intermission.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Tom, what is Tom's last name?
Tom, why don't you give your name and address? and-
Thomas
Yeah.
Pittman at Barnes and
What?
Thornburg. Pittman, Pitman,
Pittman?
Pittsman,
Okay,
1T,
one T,
One
not
T?
two.
not two.
okay. I was
Okay.
curious,
exceed
Tom. I was curious on his last name.
Yeah.
I thought he was with some senatorial group.
Hey, I would never be able to be elected as you guys have been.
I don't know, today's elections. Oh,
I have too much dirt in my past.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, Tom, let's hear the time.
Yeah,
Okay, so the whole goal,
I gotta get Margie back on
We
track.
got
okay,
5
I'm
minutes.
on track.
the goal was to get the funding done just as soon as was humanly possible because of the, fall is coming and, the
construction season. So we were able to land on a date of closing of September 5th to have the money in the bank. Thank you for holding the special meeting tonight, because that was critical to our ability not to lose about a month. You have this resolution, which is sort of a preliminary resolution, that basically contemplates, without all of the detail that you'll have in the full resolution, the amount, the 6 million max, the interest rate, the 5% max, the term, not longer than 6 years, and then authorizes people like Joanna to get the notice process going, which she has very graciously done. And so the next actions, as far as meetings go, will be on August 27th, the Redevelopment Commission meeting. That's your regular meeting. You'll have a lot of action to take there, including a public hearing. And then the town council will have a resolution. When you do these redevelopment commission bonds, you don't have to have an ordinance from the town council. They're different in that way, but you do have to have an approval resolution. So that's kind of the lay of the land.
Okay, thank you, Tom. Any questions for Tom?
No.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
thank you. All right, Chair will entertain a motion on Resolution 24-12.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Uzelak, seconded by Commissioner Chandler Felton to approve Resolution 24-12. This says voice vote, Joe. We're okay?
Go ahead.
Okay. Any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And that, ladies, is the last, unless anyone else has any, Steve, do you have anything else?
No,
No? Okay.
maybe we
don't
should take
think
a break.
We have anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. Sure? All right, Margie. Last item is adjournment. You want to make a motion to adjourn?
Okay, I make a motion to adjourn. Thank you, Sean.
Second.
Second by Leona.
Okay.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Joe wants
Saying
that.